So I'm hoping you guys can help me out here. Got an oldie but a goodie, an 026 Stihl chainsaw. It was running a bit rough, so what I've basically done is almost replaced everything on it, and it's still not cutting very well. So I'll just fire it up and show you what's going on and see if you guys can figure out what the problem is here. Okay, this is a cold start. So a few months back it started running pretty rough. It was like just revving right out as soon as you touch the wood. So I sort of thought it was a carburetor problem. So I got a new carburetor. It was a Chinese one, but I looked into it and it said this model was a pretty good one. So I popped that in. That fixed the revving out problem, but then there was all sorts of starting problems and everything. Anyway, long story short, I ended up replacing the fuel line and the fuel filter, the impulse line, the spark plug, that's got a good Champion plug in it. It seems to all be running fine. What else? Then replace the air filter, and that's all clean. Well, cleanish, but it's new anyway, so I don't think that's the problem. It hasn't got a spark arrestor on it, but I've taken the exhaust apart and made sure there's no blockages in there. And then you can see it's kind of running on. Like when you let the accelerator off, it doesn't come to a stop very quickly, it keeps running. You can see me adjusting the idle screw there. That seems to, once it warms up, that seems to change. It's like you almost need to adjust it after it's warmed up, which probably isn't quite right. So there I thought, oh, it must be the clutch. So I replaced the whole clutch, not just the springs, brand new. That didn't seem to affect the running on issue or the bogging down, which you're seeing through the cut. You can see it's just bogging and it's not cutting very well. So I've come to believe that it might be the chain. Now we bought a new, as part of this upgrade process. It usually comes with a 16, it had an original 16-inch bar on it, which was past its use by date. So I ended up getting a Carlton 18-inch bar and a brand new chain that matched it. And it was cutting pretty well to start with, and now, but with all these other changes, all the variables are changing. I'm not sure if it is the chain or not. I'm beginning now to believe that maybe the chain's gone, but it's pretty much new and I've kept it sharp. So I'll show you how I'm sharpening that, just to make sure that, you know, I'm doing it the right way, and that might not be the issue. And the tension on the chain, I know there's heaps of contention about this, but you know, that's just coming off. So I feel that's about right. What else have we done? We've pretty much done everything that you can replace on it, to be honest. The compression seems fine, like it's running well. I've tried adjusting the high and low idle to get more out of it, but it's really, yeah, that bogging down, especially on this bigger stuff. Yeah, when you're zipping through smaller stuff, it seems all right, not fantastic. So I think it's the chain, but what do you guys reckon? So I've been using a filing guide to sharpen the blade. Now I know you can hand file it and various other methods, but this is the way I'm choosing to do it at the moment. Tell me if this is a real stupid way of doing it, but to me it makes a lot of sense because you're always getting a very consistent cut and angle and height and whatnot. So this chain, it's got one angle marker. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, there's one angle marker on one of the teeth just here, and that seems to line up with 35 degrees perfectly. Now I know a lot of the time I've read it's recommended to be 30 degrees. I'm thinking maybe that's the problem. Maybe I should be cutting these at all at 30 degrees, not 35. Let us know. One other thing I noticed with this chain, the tooth with the indicator on, see how that little raker, I think it's called, or the depth gauge, see how that's sort of sticking out this way a little bit, where the others are pretty straight, and that means when you put the file in there, it doesn't actually go in there very well. And to start with, it was real tight, like you couldn't really get it in there at all. So I'm thinking, wonder if it's a defect with the chain. But then the chain was cutting pretty well to start with, so maybe not. Someone again want to let me know if that's normal. Is that like a clear out tooth or something? You can see these other ones, obviously it fits in there, you know, piece of cake. So when I've been filing, I've been trying to keep everything even, doing, you know, 3 strokes. This here is a diamond file. It is the correct size. The teeth there, I know they seem pretty good to me. Getting lube, I've tested it. Yeah, I mean you can see the lube in there. So that's all seems to be working fine. Yeah, let us know in the comments below what you reckon, what I should do to make this chainsaw cut well. I mean, is the bar too long? I've read that 20-inch bar, 18-inch bar on these is absolutely fine. They've got the power, so it should be fine. But what do I do? Help!